YouTube? I'm back today with another video from Chicago, which is my hometown. I am super excited to be back here because it always feels like Christmas. Like, I left Atlanta, one, it was super warm, two, Atlanta like doesn't really do like public decorations. Like, you know, the stores have their like little bullshit stuff and the city tries to do like the little bullshit stuff, but like Chicago like really does Christmas up. And like, if you've never been to Chicago during Christmas, I'd say come because it's the best, slash also come in the summer. Other than that, it's cold and like, and that's like why I don't live here. But regardless, it's the best city in the world and I'm super excited to be here. So I will be vlogging as well as doing Vlogmas. So the hat is back. Let's see what topics we have today, or what topic we have today to pick from. So, oh, this is a good one. Prep for depression after the holiday season. Now, this was written a little bit pessimistically, but for me personally, and this is actually perfect because this is like a big reason like why I left Chicago. I think Chicago is an amazing city. I love Chicago. It's my hometown. I want to come back to Chicago. I want to grow up here. I want to like raise a family here. I want to have a family here. You know, I want to do all of that. I think it's an amazing city. But the biggest thing with me is that I get depressed typically in the wintertime, and that's seasonal affective disorder. So for those of y'all who don't know what that means, it's typically when, you know, the days are shorter, so, you know, it gets dark at like 4 p.m. It's cloudy, and it's like, it's literally cloudy out right now. So it's cloudy and it's cold, and like, that's all it is, and everything's dead. So for me, that affects my mood, just like it affects everybody's mood, I think. Like, you know, you kind of have like a gloomy day. Some people, for some reason, like rainy days. I don't, like, y'all are weird. That I don't like. I mean, I guess like there's some comfort in that. But for the most part, you know, a gloomy day is like, this was kind of like a gross day. But adding like the cold to it, and adding the fact that like everything is dead for so long, and adding the fact that like you have like barely any sunlight and you're still like working like a dog, all of this just leads up to your mood just like dropping. And then there's like some more science. There's more science in there than there is behavior. Like there's more like your chemicals are like out of whack or whatever, and certain things do happen. So it's scientifically proven, and it's like an actual thing. Like, I'm not just making it up. So for me, Chicago, like I say, growing up here was like, it was huge during Christmas within like the city itself, but also within my family. I think that it's just a very happy time in general. And you know, everything is just like very joyful. There's Christmas music. Our house doesn't have any decorations in it now, but normally we have it's decked out in decorations. And then after that in January, it's sort of just like, it's like, you know, you kind of like go up just to have one day of Christmas, and then it's comes like just so far down. And that's for many reasons. Like, one, for me personally, Christmas is over. So like that happy, exciting time of the year is like, you know, the holiday's over. Like, you always get kind of like, you know, look forward to next year, but it's like kind of like, you know, you feel kind of like about it. Part of it also is like family. Like, my family would leave, not like leave, abandon me, but like, you know, family members. So I'm excited to see the very few who I'm excited to see, you know, go back to their lives, go back to whatever they need to do. You know, you kind of just go back to your normal life, except now your normal life is like looking forward to like summer or like, at least for me, it's looking forward to like summer or just spring or like the next holiday. And I think January just like as a whole, it's a long month. It's 31 days and like it's cold, and it's just like got MLK Day, so you can do some service. And then you got like Valentine's Day in February, which I'm always lonely for. And then March, it's still cold in Chicago in March. So then, and then April hits, and then, you know, then it starts to change a little bit. So I typically have, you know, go through depressive episodes because, you know, it's depressing. I can't really explain it beyond that. So how to prep for that? I think the biggest thing for me is like, if you have the privilege and are able to move to a southern city, southern state, or try to go somewhere south. Like for me, Atlanta, like I still have those feelings, but they're less extreme because, you know, it's sunny, it's like 40s, 50s, it's not cold, but like, you know, it's better. Or even if you can do like a little vacation or like something like that in the warmth within the winter, I think that is something, one, to like look forward to, and two, to like actually like help get the sun, the vitamin D, and like the warmth in your skin to like help like bring back that natural like happiness. Like that's the science part in it. I'm just doing a really bad like job of explaining. Now, if you don't have like the option to travel or to like freaking pick up your life and move, because I definitely don't. I'm just in Atlanta now. I would move to Miami if I could do that. So most people don't. I would say brace yourselves. No, I'm just kidding. The biggest thing that I've had to sort of do is just making sure that you have everything lined up for the next year. So what that means for me is that like, all right, I know that I'm gonna be in Chicago for Christmas. I know I'm gonna be in Chicago for New Year's. I know I'm doing all of these things to get ready for it, but I'm not really thinking about like the second week in January. I'm not really thinking about the third week in January. And this might just be me. Maybe it's not a normal thing not to think about it. But I'm starting to think about like, okay, what could I possibly go out and do like on the weekends? Like what cool bars haven't I tried? What cool restaurants haven't I tried? What are some friends who I like, maybe want to reconnect with, especially because it's the beginning of the year. Like you have those New Year's resolutions or whatever, New Year, new me. So like, I think that's like a big thing as well. Just trying to like schedule, at least mentally, not even like, hitting people up like a month in advance. Like, want to get dinner on January like 20th? No. Just like mentally schedule in your mind. So in my mind, mentally, I know that there are some bars in Atlanta that I really want to go to, in Virginia Highland. I know that I want to explore a little bit more of like West Midtown, and I want to like go out into the city and see different things. I'm Googling like different art exhibits. I'm Googling different museums. I'm Googling like cool like restaurants, like I said. Like those things for me at least personally help me bring out, like help me get out of my funk, to say the least. Those things sort of help me get out of like my depressive episode or my depressive mood. Now they don't fix it. Like I have not mastered this at all. Like each year I have been depressed and it sucks. No matter what I do, I'm on medicine, I'm trying all the helps, and I'm just depressed. And I'm in Atlanta and it's sunny and kind of warm and it still doesn't help. It's a lot better than being here. But like, it's honestly a problem because I just feel so sad after the holidays. I feel like, again, like I like peaked and then it's a sharp decline. So I haven't mastered this at all. I'm hoping this year will be different, and I keep on trying new things each year. So beyond trying to look forward to things, I think also just like scheduling your time efficiently. Like if you're a busy person naturally, either with school, especially with school and college, this will be different because this is my first year out of school, and like, this winter is coming. But like even with work, that can be a very stressful time. I know for me, it's kind of hard to either go to school or go to work when it's dark. Like you wake up when it's dark and you literally don't get home. Like when you get home, it's also dark. That's kind of like an eerie feeling because it's like, while it's cold outside and like maybe snowy or like maybe the weather might not be like, great, you're still inside all day and like you don't really get to see sunlight or like cloudy light like beyond like windows, and then like all you're seeing is darkness. So that's no fun at all. So if you're working a lot like that, or if you're a student, like just like kind of schedule your time efficiently, I'd say, to the best of your ability. Like that's obviously, again, a privileged thing. Like you can't, like if you have to go to school, go to class, you kind of have to do that. But I think mentally prepare yourself like, hey, if I know that I'm gonna be in class like all day today, let me like, take a snack, like take like I should have this ready, but you can Google like brain food snacks to like help keep your brain going. I think like nuts or something, like fiber, I don't know, something like that. Like that's what I do. I try to eat like things that will give me energy. I try to like, music is a big thing for me that helps me throughout the day, really power through. I think just finding things so that you're not just like literally like raw dogging reality. I saw a meme that like, I love that phrase because like that's 100% true. It's more so for drugs, but like this also like applies. Like you can't just like go, if you're bipolar or if you suffer from depression or if you suffer from any mental illness or if you're just like, struggling kind of like with life right now, like you can't just like go into winter like just like raw. Like you have to like have some type of plan, at least for me. Otherwise like I'd be super, super depressed. I have no idea how people in Alaska like do that. So yeah, I think that, really just like thinking about your schedule, thinking about like things that around work that you have to do, thinking about like how I can, maybe not be as stressed out as around this time, like limit things that stress you out. And then think of other fun things you can do. Like, yes, the holidays are over. Yes, like this magical time of the year is over and you have to kind of go back to reality, which is sort of how I look at it. Like the reality of like, oh, I'm broke as fuck, or reality of like, oh, like I'm actually depressed and like everyone hates me. Like all these realities, which aren't true, it's just your mind. But of course we think that they are true. You have to kind of like, it sounds like weird to say this, but distract yourself. Distraction is the best. Distracting yourself is like, yeah. And don't look at it as a distraction. Look at it as an investment into like you, because otherwise like, you have to invest things into your body, like in terms of like things you like to do, things you have to think about. Like you have to do all these things in order to keep like a steady life. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Also, obviously continue / if you're not going right now, go to a counselor, go to a therapist, because that also helps a lot too. Like being able to talk, even if it's about like nonsense, if you can afford one. I mean, like I know it kind of sucks that like, you know, you kind of like just talk to a therapist, and like, if you're not in crisis, you feel like, why am I paying for this? And I honestly feel the same way. Like I have like limited my therapist now for like, I go to her twice a month instead of every week, because I'm much like, why am I like not paying for this? Like I'm not, like, it doesn't make any sense. But every time I go, I'm always just like, wow, I got things out that like I didn't even know that like I could work through, or like I could talk about. And I think that like there are times like this, like in the winter, like right now I feel great. I feel fine. Like I'm happy. It's Christmas, blah, blah, blah. But I know historically that I struggle in the wintertime. So that's something I should probably, you know, bring up to my therapist, and not even say like, why am I struggling? Like, why am I like this? Like, why, like try to like solve it, but more so just explore like, how can I help make this better? I think we're always trying to like fix things, like fix bipolar disorder, fix depression. I mean, like we want to fix these things eventually, like we want to get better and healthy. But I think like the biggest thing right now, like the beginning, is managing it. So like, I don't want to get depressed in the winter, but like ever since like freshman year of college, well, really ever since I was a kid, I always used to feel like weird, like when it would rain on days, and I would tell my parents like, I feel sad today. But I didn't understand those feelings until like the last 3 years, and it's like, it got really bad. So instead of just being like, I wish I didn't get depressed in the winter, this sucks, like I wanted this to go away, I should probably figure out how to like manage it, because like honestly the alternative is like not managing it, and that's like, who can't even do that? All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video about prepping for depression after the holiday season. Again, it's kind of pessimistic. Like, I'm not saying that you're gonna be depressed. I'm not saying that I'm gonna be depressed. I hope that, you know, I'm super happy. Historically, for me though, it just happens after the holidays, and happens in the winter when it's cold as fuck and dark as fuck, and just, it sucks. And again, it happens to like a lot of people. So don't feel bad if it does. You know, I'm always here making videos, so you can always tune into those, right? Speaking of that, you can like, share, and comment on this video. I love to hear from y'all. Y'all are literally amazing. I like to hear, I don't like to hear what y'all are going through necessarily, like that sucks. But I do love that y'all are speaking up and really connecting with what I'm saying, because it really just shows that like, we really are like, everyone's dealing with the same shit. So like, staying silent makes no sense. We all should be helping each other, right? Last thing, of course, always subscribe for new videos so you can find out when I'm uploading new Vlogmas videos and other videos in general. If y'all want me to vlog in Chicago, I'm gonna be here for a while, so like, let me know, because that could be cool. Y'all don't like vlogs though, so I don't know. All right, peace.